things that presented to people in the same room can be said differently. But just as important either way, and we can all learn from one another. So let's look at some of these things that we're looking at today. I mean, every day we're spoilt, and I don't know that it's a good thing, but we're spoilt for choice in terms of what to look at when the economy concerns the economy. Counties are now under fire. I mean, they've been for a minute, but it's a bit louder than it was before, that there is evidence towards, and this is coming from the chief auditor of the country, that we see that there's a lot of luxury spending. Control of Budget has also talked about the same thing most recently, that there's a lot of luxury spending, but unfortunately development spending is not taking place. Yikes, doesn't look very good. What would be your overall about that before we get into the nitty-gritty?
Yes, my overall is this. Now, we have a problem because as part of the people who actually did the civic education for the new constitution, we were actually contracted by the committee of experts those years to actually go educate people about what is this about devolution, the constitution, and especially the chapter on devolution. And at that point, I want just to give my regard to my former lecturer, Dr. Mbae, who actually taught us about devolution. You know, we were in class on this week, and he was killed the other week. He was actually my lecturer. And the passion, he understood, it's about transfer of power and money. Literally, get another government down there so that people so they can at least go to the villages again. That was the whole issue about devolution. So what is happening? The kind of people we have to do have no understanding about devolution. The people who are rushing to get these positions, you know, senators, sometimes governors, they have no understanding. Maybe members of the county assembly. We need people to know what was this about devolution thing. Now, when the governors come there, one, they don't have capacity to govern. They have most of them have zero capacity to govern. And if you want to know indicators, it's very simple. Just look at 6 months later, once somebody is elected. Look at how they are doing automation of revenue. Look at how they do procurement. Look at how they pay their contractors. Look at how they hire. Look at how money corrected, whether all the money gets to their accounts. Look at how they deal with HR. So they don't have the capacity. So let me tell you what it has become. It has become a rush for how much more money I can make than the other governor. So in 2 years, you begin a campaign because you think this governor is living very well. Can I also get there so that I can also make money? And so it's a cycle. Then people get upset. So within the 4th year, other people want also to come and become governors. So it's a whole list of corruption, nepotism, a lot of theft, grand theft literally. And like you said, very little service delivery. What is supposed to be the ratio? 70 to 30. I think you can confirm to me, I think right now over 50% of the counties have more money on expenditure, recurrent, than development. If I were the controller of budget, I would simply freeze that without looking back and say, excuse me, please, this is what you are going to get. We cannot give you more. Manage with what you have. So yes, in a nutshell, before going to the nitty-gritties, is this. We have a big problem of the issue of general. Now, then what happens? When they are called to the Senate, they begin stories. You know the way you are asked to account for something. Oh, you know, I was passing by. I saw some dogs. I began running away. When you're told, why are you late to school? You begin stories. You know it was raining. I felt like the earth was coming down. So I couldn't leave the house. Because when you're told to come and account, simply, please, you are told, if you have nothing to fear, do. What do you have to fear? If I'm doing the right thing, for example, as a governor, I just come present my papers. So, but you fear because you know what you have done. Now, and this is a fear that I have myself, looking at this, the architecture of this country, many governors, the feeling on the ground is that they feel they may be protected by some powers that be in this country. Yes, that's the feeling. The feeling is that because most of them, they pledge loyalty a lot, you know, to the presidency, they feel they are protected that side because they have come there and say the people who are calling us, they are calling us to harass us. So they land there to Baba and say, look here, these people are harassing us. And so there is some false leeway that you can go against the Senate. But I'll tell you this, if you want to say some people got money from you, bring the names. Don't come and throw words to try to run away. I can tell you this seated here. In a few months, once a new government comes, whether it is today or tomorrow, governors finally will have to be accountable. And unfortunately, you better go now, clean yourself when you're in power, because they will come for you after you leave. Governors, I just want to... Those cases will follow you long after you leave government. Right. So which is better? Just come. Make yourself accountable. They are running away from accountability because of the theft and grand corruption in their counties.
You said something that people have to go to daddy, essentially, and say, well, look, help me out here. But it seems a bit paradoxical, because if Kenyans, these governors are elected positions. If Kenyans elected you, shouldn't you go back to the people or rather, shouldn't your allegiance be pledged to the people?
What I meant...
No, I understand what you meant. I'm just asking isn't that the way it should be? Shouldn't your allegiance be to the people of Kenya who've given you the vote?
Now you're talking. Your allegiance should the people who voted for you, if you are doing the right thing. But